Good afternoon. Another drive-through with Don, but I'm not driving. I wanted to share with you kind of a concept that I think is kind of interesting. And I find a lot of times we get asked to set goals with organizations, and when we set the goals, there's this tendency to go to one of two extremes. And I think back to the 1950s when you used to watch rocket ships shooting up. And as you watch the rocket ships shoot up, they go and they'd start to spin around and blow up. And I wonder if you really understand why they would spin around and blow up. Bottom line, it was because the fuel burned unevenly. What happened is that when the fuel shot out of the rocket, it would push out one side and it would begin to spin it around. So until they were able to get the fuel to burn evenly, they basically did not put astronauts in the rocket ships. But once they got it to burn evenly, they did it. When I think of an organization, there's two general streams shooting out of the bottom of the rocket. One is hard dollars, numbers, very, very physical things that make a difference to running an organization that you've got to have. Cash flow profit is fuel to an organization, you've got to have it. Problem is, if you just focus on that, you end up burning people out, they quit, you lose them. Worse yet, they may be there but not be engaged and not be pushing. So the other side of the goals, the other part of the propellant needs to be basically love, care, motivation, excitement, passion. Because without that, you don't have something that's sustainable. Now, by the way, I don't believe you should either have a bunch of happy people singing Kumbaya, because once you do it, you got to produce the results too. You can't just sit around feeling good, drinking beer and wine. What you've got to do is produce feelings that make it sustainable, motivation, drive, excitement, but at the same time, you've got to have the dollar results. So whether you're building a strategic plan or looking at a project, I highly recommend you look at both sides. Do you have evenly burning rocket fuel on both sides? Thank you very much for your time.